Aloha Oli fam, Darren Fryer here, M2 Star Coach, coming to you today from Suprash, Poland. I am actually a few days out from my wedding, but I could not wait to put this video together and get it out to really educate you guys on this incredible promotion Olylife Corporate launched on July 1st, about 9 days ago. It actually runs until the end of this month, so from July 1st till July 31st, 2026. We have the A9 Bama Air promotion live in 150 countries globally, all around the world. How this promo works is very simple. Every $1,000 you spend on devices, whether you're an existing distributor upgrading your positions or you're a brand new distributor coming on board and getting your first devices in the company, every $1,000 you spend, you'll get a free Bama Air A9 negative ion purifier. It's an incredible product. It's actually one of the flagship devices of Olylife. I personally bought a few of them like 3 or 4 months ago, and I've had it in my bedroom running every night, and it's been incredible. It's a powerful product that people have been purchasing. It's worth 500 US dollars, and the promotion is insane because they're giving them out for every $1,000 you spend. So whether you get a P90 or a Shaken for $1,000, you'll get a free $500 A9 Bama Air. You come in and get $2,000 of devices, say a $1,500 P90 Plus and a $500 Galaxy goggle. You'll actually qualify to receive two of these Bama Air ionizers. And then if you get 3 grand of products, you'll get three of them. If you get the $6,000 pack, you're actually getting six of these Air devices. So very powerful promotion to incentivize you guys to upgrade your positions or to really help push out and bring in those new sales. If you're watching this and you've been on the fence of joining, this is literally the best time I've ever seen since Olylife's inception to get involved because you can get the main devices, P90 Plus, Vitality Wand, Shake and Massager, and get the A9 Bama Air completely free and potentially get 2 to 3 of them depending on the package you start with. So it is a worldwide promotion. It's automatically added to your order at checkout. And it is something that will ship separately. So if you buy your devices this month in July, August, they'll begin to ship out all these free A9 Bama Airs to everyone. Depending on the shipping address you put for your main devices is where the Bama Air will be sent to next month. So you cannot change that. But very simple, straightforward promotion to encourage a lot of momentum in the expansion for Olylife. So let's dive right into a simple breakdown of this device. The A9 Bama Air Negative Ion Smart Purifier is designed to improve air quality in life. You all need a negative oxygen ion purifier. So there are 5 elements that are essential for human survival: sunshine, air, water, food, and geomagnetic field and frequency resonance. Bama County, which is where the name of this device comes from, the Bama Air, is a place in China that has a population of under 250,000 people, but they have over 100 centenarians, people who live beyond 100 years of age. This county has the most centenarians among the world's top 5 places of longevity. Centenarians in Bama are all very healthy and rarely get sick, and most of these centenarians are still fit enough to take care of themselves. So they're not out there living on assisted living. It's not just the length of the life, but the quality of life within those years that they have. So they actually started to study this region. Bama Longevity Village has a negative ion concentration of 30,000 cubic centimeters. And it's a magical place with that superior natural environment. The air has that high concentration of negative ions, which can not only bring fresh and pleasant air, but also improves chronic diseases, enhances human immunity, repairs cells, tissues, so people can get a defense from the inside out. So here's some of the benefits. Lots of medical published studies done on negative ions, activating cells, cardiopulmonary function enhancement, improving blood circulation, sleep quality, scavenging oxidative free radicals, and removing bacteria and dust to purify the air. So what are negative ions? It's a negatively charged gas molecule and hydrogen ion group. So it's formed by the free electrons produced by various factors in nature and combined with oxygen. So it's also known as a negative oxygen ion. In nature, sunlight, lightning, storms, plant photosynthesis, waterfalls, streams, waves, and shore break crashing on the shoreline are the main sources of negative ions. forests, waterfalls, and wetlands are important sites for the production of negative ions. So most of the areas where you get the highest concentration would be near waterfalls and beaches where the waves are crashing on the shore. Negative ions have four famous names in the medical field: environmental police, air vitamins, atmospheric longevity hormones, and sleep benefit factor. So here's some of the clinical studies done on negative oxygen ions: improving quality of sleep, chronic insomnia, quality of life for people with cerebral palsy, improving symptoms in COPD patients, enhancing antioxidant, anti-inflammatory levels in the human body. A lot of benefits, and it's a lot of, studies to back it all up as well. A lot of people nowadays, they sleep on their sleep quality. Sleep is so important for the human body. It's when our body regenerates, repairs. It helps regulate our nervous system, our hormones. And in the day and age we live in, people are so addicted to caffeine. They're getting bad sleep, and they're not even focusing on just the length of the hours they're sleeping, but the quality of the amount of deep sleep and REM sleep that you're actually getting. So for me personally, when I got the machine, me and my fiance noticed immediately it helped us with our sleep. And the P90 Plus already enhanced our sleep and our sleep scores. And then the Galaxy goggles before going to bed, and then using the A9 in our bedroom was just like the icing on the cake. I have some teammates who, their children have asthma, and, they're always coughing and sneezing all night long. And they notice as soon as they put this device in their room, it got immediately better, like almost overnight. So a lot of benefits for sleep quality, which the quality of your sleep directly reflects the quality of your life and the time you spend awake. Negative oxygen ion inhalation therapy is included in China national medical projects. So in Asia, this is a known practice to help people holistically. And the higher concentration of negative ions, the more beneficial it is to health. And most people, they live in cities where you're breathing in air-conditioned air constantly, and the negative ion concentration is like 20 cubic centimeters. And a lot of people get what's called AC sickness. I know I saw articles about the Norwegian World Cup soccer team. They're obviously in Norway. They get that cool, fresh, crisp air. They're near the water, a lot of negative ions. And a lot of them are starting to feel kind of like respiratory issues because they're here in America in the summer breathing in air-conditioned air constantly. So they're getting sick from the AC sickness I saw in the comments. And most people live in urban areas. That's where most of the population resides, very low concentration. And then when you look at high mountains and living along the ocean or living in a forest or near waterfalls, you have the highest concentration, which allows human body self-healing capacity. So the World Health Organization defines clean air as having a high concentration, about 1,000 to 1,500 cubic centimeters of negative ions. Out here in Suprash, Poland is actually considered some of the freshest, cleanest air in all of Europe. We're kind of out in the mountains, in an ancient growth forest. There's wetlands and marshes all around us. And yeah, a lot of people come here from all over the world to ride bikes and do cycling and running and marathons, and to really just come here and heal because the oxygen is so healthy. And that really relates to the concentration and negative ions here in the air. So the farther you are to nature, the less negative air ions. So generally, you're out in the city, you're breathing in a lot more smog. There's a lot more air-conditioned rooms. You're farther from nature, you're getting less negative ions. And that's where this device is so powerful. Being able to take the fresh air home from the forest, have it in your bedroom, have it in your home office, have it in your gym, your workspace. I have some teammates who plug this into their cars because they're constantly driving and taking road trips. This device is designed to saturate a room with 200 million negative ion per cubic centimeter. And it's good for around a 300 to 500 square foot room. So each device is good for about a room size. If you have a big room, giant living room, you might want to have a few of them in each corner. But very powerful device. There's testing that shows the level of negative air ion concentration. So you can see right here. In this image, you can see with this reader, before turning on the machine, it's at about a 500 cubic centimeter saturation. 30 minutes after turning it on, you're almost at the 800,000 cubic centimeter saturation. An hour after turning on the machine, over 1 million cubic centimeter saturation in negative ions. Turn the machine off. Within 10 minutes, it's back to the $6,000 range. So 6,000 range of saturation. So what we like to do, I personally keep this on 24/7, but if you have a machine, an hour before bed, turn on the A9. And by the time you go to bed and you're sleeping all night long, you're sleeping in a room that's saturated with over 1 million cubic centimeters of negative ions, breathing in those negative ions all night long. Really helps eliminate smoke and dust, harmful gases, and inhibits and kills bacteria. And also helps a lot with the dust, I've noticed. So there's like a phenomenon of like the dust that, from what I learned back in the day, looking at air ionizers, because I couldn't understand how they work without having a filter. The negative ions actually attract to the positive charge of all the dust, dander, fur, and it actually weighs it down so it falls to the ground. So it doesn't just get on all of your furniture, doesn't stay in the air where you inhale it. And then when you go to vacuum your house, all of that stuff has been brought down to the ground level. So you're able to just vacuum it all up. And there is a HEPA filter built into the machine. And there's a mood light that you can really adjust. I usually keep it on the multicolor setting. It changes through different colors. You can connect it to your phone through a smart app. You can play music through it. There's a speaker built in. And there's 3 modes. There's automatic mode, which I keep on all day. At nighttime, I turn on sleep mode, so all the lights turn off and the room stays really dark while it continues to saturate the room with negative ions. And then there is a mosquito repellent mode where it plays a certain sound frequency that mosquitoes don't like. In Hawaii, we got way too many mosquitoes, so that works incredibly well, keeping the mosquitoes out of your room. And very easy to use. Adjust the light, turn on the music, adjust the strength, and very simple machine that, you set it and kind of forget it. So it's good to have in your home, office, long term if you're traveling, having it in your dorm, in your restaurant, in your gym. If you own a business, we have a lot of wellness practitioners who have these in their lobbies, have these in their gym floors. And yeah, just targets people with sleep disorders, prone to allergy. I have friends who had bad allergies that noticed immediate benefits once they set up this machine. People who are older, who have pets, who have dogs, cats, and all this fur and dander in the air, asthma, respiratory diseases, people who work or do a lot of stuff indoors and places that are just heavily trafficked. A lot of people coming through, as well as newly decorated houses with fresh paint and all these chemicals that tends to be on a lot of this new furniture. So very powerful device. The fact that you guys get this for free for every $1,000 you spend is the deal of a lifetime. The high concentration of negative ions, 200 million cubic centimeters, like having a rainforest and a waterfall in your bedroom, injecting air nutrients to purify the air so you don't have to fly halfway across the world to where I am in Poland to get those same benefits. And I recommend you guys do your own research as well. Go on to Grok or ChatGPT. List me the benefits of negative ions and why I should have one in my room. And you'll see on AI, it'll break it down and basically give you all the studies and benefits to just make it very obvious and straightforward. So it'll show you and source everything. And I highly recommend you guys take advantage of this promotion. I highly recommend you guys market this promotion so people know about it. Negative ions are molecules or atoms with an extra electron, giving them the negative charge. So yeah, mental health and mood, alertness and energy, respiratory support. It's really good to have. And, we're thankful we have one and we want to continue to share that with people. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys have been on the fence and you want to get your machines and you want to qualify and get these free A9 Bama Airs, hit me up. And thank you guys for watching. Aloha.